Hello, Revere, and welcome to the April month show of the Revere Senior News. I have a special guest today. He's been on before, but he's so good, we brought him back again. His name is Allan Fitzmaurice. Allan, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Morris. It seems like I was just here 2 months ago.
And of course, we all know the director of the Senior Center, Steve Fielding, my
Welcome.
co-host.
Hi,
Welcome.
Steve. Happy
So
spring.
here I am with Morris, Allan Fitzmaurice, and the other guy.
The other guy, but you have a lot to talk about this
I
month.
do. I always
So
have a
why
lot
don't
to
you
say.
start it off?
I always have a lot to say.
I know that.
So anyway, folks, I just want to keep you updated on what's happening in April at the Senior Center. Just a few highlights. And we know that April's a great month because it's the sign of spring. We turned our clocks back recently, and now we are ready to exercise and to get healthy, ready for the sun to be with us every day. So what do we want to do? We want to exercise. I encourage seniors to come to the Senior Center, guys, because we have a lot of great classes every day. Monday, Tai Chi with Bill. Monday morning, Core and Balance Fall Prevention with Sharon.
Excuse me, Steve, can you give, from this person, can you give us the times those things are?
Yeah, I was going to get into that.
Oh.
But so the Tai Chi starts at 9 o'clock,
Yep.
and the Core and Balance Fall Prevention at 10. Then on Tuesdays, we have Advanced Core and Balance Fall Prevention with Sharon. That's at 9:30. Then we have Zumba with Amy, and that's from 11 to quarter of 12. On Wednesday, we're back to Core and Balance Fall Prevention at 10 o'clock. Chair Yoga, 11:15. On Thursday, we have Combination Aerobics Exercises with Nancy. That starts at 10:30. And on Friday, we have Core and Balance Fall Prevention again, 10 o'clock, and Chair Yoga again at 11:15. Every one of these classes is full. When I say full, I'm talking 30 to 35 people. So there are a lot of seniors who normally don't come every day at the Senior Center, but they come in, they exercise, they have a great time, they'll stay for a cup of coffee, and then they'll leave and go do their thing. But they're very mobile, very energetic, and we're now looking to add 2 more classes, 2 new ones, so I'm researching that. So
Right.
exercise is very important for seniors.
Right. Is there any charge for those classes?
No, there isn't, Morris. There really isn't. We do put a donation bucket out, but that's optional, and you don't have to feel pressured to give anything. But we want you to feel pressured to help yourself with and take advantage of these classes. That's for sure. What?
I wanted him to do something.
What did you want him to do?
This
is very informal, folks, as you see.
Right. Now, Allan Fitzmaurice, you are a staff member at the mayor's office in the city of Revere, and you have a lot of new news that's coming up. So why don't you give it to us?
Well, I mean, it's a great time to be a Revere resident, Morris. There's a lot of things happening, and for the first time in 4 decades, the mayor and the Office of Economic and Community Development, along with the Metropolitan Area Planning Council, are developing a master plan for the city. And this master plan is going to set the direction that the city is going to take over the next 10 to 20 years in the areas of economic development, transportation, cultural and historical interests. And as part of this master plan, for the next 6 months, the Mayor's Office, Metropolitan Area Planning Council, are going to be engaging the citizens and seeking community input because we want to not only maintain the quality of life here in Revere, but improve it. We had a kickoff event in January at the Garfield School. Hundreds of residents turned out to give their opinion and offer their opinion on where the city should be heading and what they'd like to see developed in the city. We have a second event coming up on April 10th. That's a Wednesday night from 6 to 8 at Revere High School. And that event is going to cover the topics of housing, economic development, and historical and cultural resources. So we'd like to invite all the residents and the community members, business owners, to come out to Revere High School on Wednesday, April 10th.
So I'm on the steering committee, and I know that this community event on April 10th is very important. And recently, as a result of the first community meeting, there was a lot of input that was derived from the residents, all their concerns, and there was a report that was recently issued, as you know, listing all that. And I'm sure that'll be a continuation of that series of events.
It is. It's a very fluid process. It's a very open and transparent process, and we want to get as many ideas and tap into the resources of the citizens.
I got a question. Oh, I got a question for you.
Sure.
The building, number 1 Beachmont, which is built near Domino's Restaurant, that big new building?
Yes.
Domino's Restaurant. What's going to be going on the left side of it? I see him digging and digging and digging.
What do you mean? Oh, Domino's, across the street from the
Yeah.
sub shop, okay.
With the old Seratanis.
Yes.
Right. They already put a big building there.
Right.
But they're also digging on to the left of it.
Right. There's going to be a hotel there.
Oh, they're going to put up a hotel?
Yes.
Can I
yes.
ask you how high it is going to be?
I'm not. I wouldn't want to venture a guess, but that's a beautiful development. The developers who are developing that have a stellar reputation and have been working with the city to develop that property, and I think it looks great.
One of the things.
And I live in the Beachmont area.
So I live
Yeah.
right behind there. That's why I asked, because the people wanted to know, and I wanted to know. So thank you, Alan.
Okay.
There's been a lot of concerns by seniors in regard to this master plan. I've solicited feedback from seniors, so as a representative of the senior population at these meetings, I can bring out what they're interested in. And now I do know that we have several elderly complexes here in Revere. The problem is there is still a lot of seniors that live in their homes. They can't afford the high taxes. It's very difficult for them to afford their mortgages if they still have them and to live by themselves. Their only alternative is housing. And their fear has been expressed to me, is that they can't afford the rents for all these new places, even though there are some percentages of senior housing or low-income housing involved in some of this stuff. And that's a really main concern. Yeah.
Right, but Steve, do they not give a rebate, a discount for senior citizens in the city of Revere? Which
For
they do?
their taxes?
Yep.
Yeah, there is a program that the mayor has, initiated, and you have to fill out the form.
Right.
And I think we know several people who have done that. You've done that yourself, right? And there's a certain percentage of your taxes, right?
Yep.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. But there are financial criteria, I believe.
There is an income
A
limit.
fixed
and-
income that you're allowed not to go over.
Yes, yes. But you're right. I mean, people want to stay in their home. They've raised their family there. It's their neighborhood, and leaving is very difficult. And affordable housing is a concern, not only here in Revere, but all over Greater Boston.
I
mean,
hate to break
sure,
the news to you. I'm a pet lover.
Yes.
And I got a lot of pets, as he knows. I won't give you the number, but lots. I would never leave them or leave my house and let the pets die outside because nobody would take care of them. A lot of the seniors have pets, and they like to stay, like he said, in their own homes. I happen to be one of them. So whatever the city can do for our seniors, and especially if they're veterans, to help them out.
But the other thing, I mean, other than housing, which is a major concern, is the economic development in the city. And I know we have a lot of topics to go through, but seniors always are saying to me as well, we have a lot of hotels coming in Revere, and I know there's 8 or 9 hotel developments in the way coming up, and we have so much property that's ripe for commercial, like Wonderland. So I guess we're waiting to hear what's going to happen there too.
Wonderland is a.
What about Suffolk Downs, Alan?
Well, I mean, that is set for a mixed-use development.
Like a shopping mall? and
Well,
that?
similar to Assembly Square, where it would be a combination of housing,
And stores.
housing, retail, office space. I mean, it's a prime location with 2 Blue Line stops right
right.
there, and access to
Suffolk
the.
Downs and Revere and Beachmont.
Correct. Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
But people don't realize there's also, I don't know if it's in development or in just the talking stages, a commuter line platform that is ready to be built in the Wonderland section of the city, right?
Yes, that's under discussion because we're one of the only North Shore cities without a commuter rail. Lynn has, I believe, two.
Malden
Chelsea
has
has one, Malden,
Yep.
and Revere doesn't. And when you talk about the traffic in Revere, it's not the development in Revere as much as it's all the people using Revere as a cut through. And Lynn is exploding right now. There's a development going up next to the Walmart, the old Building 19, and those people are going to have to get into and out of Lynn, and in some cases through Revere.
It's sad that the people come in from the North Shore, park where the people live in Revere, and then walk to the Beachmont train station. But they park where people live, and then when the people come home from work, they have no place where to park.
Well, we do have resident parking around the T stations, and we
But
have.
they don't use that anymore. What they do now is they park where there's no residents, like Elliott Road, Standish Road, Garfield Avenue.
Well, that's a good
that's-
segue,
yeah,
Alan, right?
that's,
Because
yes.
yeah, there's resident parking that is being discussed.
There is.
Oh, there is?
Yes,
there
there
is
is.
a citywide resident parking program in its final stages. There was a public forum a couple of weeks ago at City Hall. From many of the neighborhoods, it will just be in the overnight hours. But in some areas where there are a lot of commuters parking and a lot of multi-unit properties that have many cars that aren't registered in Revere, we're not realizing excise tax from these cars. They are going to have to register their car in Revere in order to
That's
get
what
a
my son-in-law
resident
did. He
parking
lives
sticker.
in New Hampshire.
Yes.
But he bought a car and he parks it in front of my house or in my driveway. But he registers in the city of Revere and pays the excise tax to the city
Excellent.
of Revere.
Excellent. And by the way, while we're talking about resident parking permits, the 2019 permits are available now in the parking clerk's office, which is now located across from City Hall in the post office building. And residents can pick up their residential parking permits from 8:15 to 5, Monday through Thursday, 8:15 to 12:15 on Friday. And they have till the end of the month to get their resident parking permit.
Is just for the edification of the people at home watching, is there a charge for that, Alan?
I don't believe there is. No.
And you allow two? Are you allowed two?
For your, well, you get them for, if you have 3 cars registered to your home in Revere, I believe you would get 3 resident parking stickers.
So no one can
I think you might be talking about the guest passes.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
That
That's true.
is also under discussion as
Wouldn't
well.
they have to put up a sign, resident parking only, so the people would
Yes,
see?
yes, yep,
Okay.
yes.
So you got to have the sign and the stickers.
Yes, yes. And also April brings the return of citywide street sweeping. So
I'm glad you mentioned that.
please consult the signs posted on your street. And better yet, we have a brand new app to tell you about. It's called Revere Trash, and that's available at the Google or Apple store. It's a free download, and you can get the latest information on street sweeping. You can get an alert on your phone to tell you when your street sweeping is. You can find out when your recycling day is, when yard waste week pickup is. You can also get all sorts of information on how to dispose of different items, and that's at Revere Trash. It's a great app.
It's not reveretrash.com or .org,
No, it's
just
a
Revere Trash.
Revere Trash.
2 words or 1 word?
One word.
One word,
One
okay.
word. And folks can always call the Mayor's Constituent Service Center, Revere 311, if they have any questions about trash pickup. This app is great. It even adjusts for holidays, so you know when to put out your trash if it's a holiday week. The city also just received a considerable grant from the Department of Environmental Protection that the city will be using to enforce and educate people on the disposal of waste and the proper disposal of trash. And following this education campaign, we are going to step up the enforcement of the soon-to-be enacted ordinance regarding the use of the blue carts and the recycling program.
That's great. Oh, go ahead, Steve. Go ahead.
I see this pink bag you have in
Yes,
front of you.
exactly.
Why don't you tell us about this
Oh,
pink bag?
this is another new innovation. This is a different company than Capital Waste. It's called Simple Recycling, and they will collect pretty much any item that will fit in this bag. Clothing, jewelry, small toys, small appliances. And all you do is you put the item in the pink bag and place it out on your recycle day next to your recycle bin. A separate truck comes around. They follow the same route as Capital Waste, and they collect the item and they leave you an empty pink bag.
Let me get this straight,
yes.
Alan. So if I put out the brown bucket,
Yep.
the blue bucket,
Yep.
and right next to that I put this,
Yes.
and
if
they'll
you-
come the same route and
They
pick it
will.
up.
They will. So if you have an old sport coat that has gone out of style, or if you have some a mix master or a blender that you don't know what to do with,
Okay, but
just
no
put it in the
garbage
bin.
would go in
No,
there.
no. It's all anything recyclable. No, no food or discarded
Right.
paper products or anything like that.
So the recycling would still go in the brown bucket, and the
Correct.
garbage would still go in the blue bucket.
Correct.
But the clothes and jewelry,
Right.
like you say, would go
Yes.
in.
Yeah. Think of it as rather than having to go down to the Morgan Memorial Box or call the Big Brother or the.
Where do you get these
Ambets.
bags?
Well, they did a mailing across the city. If you need some bags, you can just call us at the 311 office, and we'll have them sent out to you. You can also pick them up at City Hall at the mayor's office.
You should have received it. I received. I've actually used it for the first
I
time
never got
this
one.
week.
I never
Everybody
got
in the
one.
city
Oh,
was
yeah, right
supposed to
now.
have gotten
You can
it.
take this one.
Don't jump in it
Yeah.
and put yourself out, though.
No, I'm not recyclable.
And this is
Wow, that's a relief.
and the company is actually paying the city for all of the items they collect. So it's no cost to the city. We're actually going to realize some revenue from this program.
This is interesting. Alan, I don't want to put you on the spot,
No,
but
no.
has this been used by other cities and towns?
Yes. It's been in Medford for
Oh,
a number
okay.
of years, Somerville,
Oh.
and it's worked well there.
Yeah.
And
Very good.
I see them out.
So
around.
the only items that fit in this bag.
Correct. Yes.
All right. Hey, while we have a little break in the action here, can I go back to finish what I was going to update
Please
people
do.
on? Just, I know we were always looking at the clock here, but I just wanted to update a few more things for
Be
people.
my guest.
Okay. As you know, at the Senior Center, every month we have a special luncheon. We have one coming up on April 25th, Morris. Tommy Ruel is our vocalist, and Alan, you would like him. He sings a lot of great tunes. This is going to be his 6th year performing at the Senior Center, and he does a musical journey through the years. All the great American songbook songs. It costs $5 per person, folks. You have to call in advance. We usually cut it off around 80 because that's all we can fit. And on the 25th, we're having stuffed salmon with rice and vegetables and a roll and special dessert. It's always a great take. And I know you and I talked about the party we had in March
I want to
for
talk
the
about
St.
that.
Patty's Day party. So why don't you tell people what we did on St. Patty's Day?
Let me tell you, we had one of the greatest time at the Senior Center. We had corned beef and cabbage,
Right.
which was delicious.
Right.
We had strawberries with whipped cream, which was delicious.
Mm-hmm.
We had even chocolate mousse. That was great. I ate 2 of them. I know we were only allowed 1, but we had 2. We had a great time, great entertainment. The place was jam-packed, and we hope to have it jam-packed for the next parties just as well. But tell the people what they have to do and what it costs.
Wait a minute, you missed one thing we had that was never had before. The guy with...
Oh, yeah, I gotta do that. I play music there too, but there was a gentleman that came in He played the bagpipes, and let me tell you, folks, if you've never heard bagpipes, and if you don't like him, if you had listened to him, you would have loved him. He was so good. And he played the Scotch songs, the Irish songs, but it was great on the bagpipes. That's the entertainment we have, plus the woman singer, which I would like you to talk about.
Yeah, well, the bagpipe guy, his name was Rob Egan. He's
Right.
from Arlington, and he plays for a lot of different organizations. I hope he didn't get cold. He had a kilt on, and, you know, the weather isn't that warm yet. But he was fantastic, like I said, and like you said. Our singer was Trish McLaughlin, and she normally performs with the Memory Laners, who used to be formerly called the Senior Tones. But she was a solo artist last month at our St. Paddy's Day party, and she mixed in some great Irish tunes, as well as some contemporary ones and some oldies, and she really did a great job. Her voice was very, very smooth, and she captured, everybody loved her. She was great.
She was great.
Yeah. Yeah.
I only heard her at the beginning because I had to leave, but she was mixing in the Irish tunes with some of the old-time popular tunes.
So if you're home alone, you haven't been to the senior center, if you haven't been down a while and you used to come give us a call to make a reservation, because we do end up getting a waiting list now. That's how popular these are. You know, seniors can't get out and drive at night. There's not a lot of entertainers that are out there for them to go see, so we bring them in. And we have it in the day. Usually we have lunch at 12 and entertainment from 1 to 2. We have a lot of raffles. We have a lot of raffles that are donated by Wheeler Brader, and the folks there are very generous. And we thank all our local politicians, our elected officials, as well as our state delegation, because they always, including the mayor's office and the representatives in the state senate, State Senator Bonacori, they bring all kinds of gifts for seniors that we raffle off, and a lot of them are really nice and special. So it's a great time, right?
Terrific time.
Just quick announcements. I know we have a few minutes. Senior Book Club, Thursday, April 18th, 2:30 to 3:30. Come on down. Blood pressure, there's been a change since this newsletter went out. Carol Donovan will be at the Senior Center on April 4th and April 25th. And I mention that because there's been a change since this was published. So it's April 4th and the 25th. We have Mary Marino's Affordable Hearing, April 25th in the morning. These are all in the morning. Barbara McDonald's our chair masseuse. She's there April 8th and April 9th. She's there in the morning as well. And Dr. Kaplan, our monthly podiatry clinic, will be there on April 3rd. It's the first Wednesday of the month. It's at 8 o'clock, 8:15. He'll stay until the last person is taken care of.
We have a lot of people at the Senior Center, Steve, that have foot problems. When you say podiatry, is it there just to cut the nails?
Primarily, that's what he does. If
it.
he sees something else, or if they ask him about something else, he may recommend them to a local.
But his main function is just to clip the
Yeah, because it's so difficult, as you probably know.
Okay.
Right.
We have 3.5 minutes. Take a minute and a half to wrap it up. Say anything you want and tell us what you'd like to see in the future for the city.
Well, one other thing that I'd like to plug is the new mobile city hall that will be on the road this summer. We've taken the former senior shuttle and refitted it, and it'll be out in the neighborhoods providing city services to residents who can't get to City Hall. Information, I'm sure we'll have all sorts of information from the senior center, so people can look for that this summer.
Oh, so that's in your shuttle, so the City Hall shuttle will be picking people up just for City Hall and back?
No, it's a mobile city hall. So the city hall staffers will be going out into the neighborhoods in this new vehicle and providing services to residents. You'll be able to pay a bill, register to vote, find out about all sorts of city programs. We also have a new city website that's just about ready to go online. If you haven't been to the Facebook page, please visit the Revere 311 Facebook page. There's all sorts of information on there each and every day about what's happening in the city.
Thank you, Alan. And Steve, we got about 2 minutes left. Take a minute and a half to wrap it up.
Okay, one thing I want to tell seniors out there, and I know it's a couple of months away, is June 25th. It's a Tuesday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. It's our annual Health Awareness Day. And last year we tried something new. We actually set up half the dining hall with vendor tables. And we had wonderful response. We had a lot of healthcare professionals, medical clinics, we had physicians, we had the fire, the police, we had a consumer affairs from the city. We had a lot of information to give out and to make sure that people could ask questions to these professionals. So save that date. The other thing I want to say to seniors out there, as I always do at the wrap-up, is don't stay home alone. Come to the Senior Center, check it out. Go on www.revere.org/elder-affairs. There's a walkthrough video, and it's a wonderful video that tells you about the Senior Center if you can't get out of your house before you come down. If you can't get there, have somebody take you. We also have a great shuttle service, a great meals program. And as I'm running down, I just want to say, please get away from your home. Don't stay home alone. Come down.
Thank you, Steve. And I just want to wrap it up by saying to Mark Silvestri, who did a veteran show for the Vietnam veterans last month of March. Mark, you did a fabulous job. All you Vietnam veterans, come down next year and then get yourself honored. And I want to say God bless our troops, God bless our citizens, but most of all, God bless our country, the United States of America, and thank you all for listening. And thank you, Allan, for coming.
Thank you, Morris.
Awesome. Awesome.
Thank you,
Thank
Steve.
you, Alan.